within the cafeteria plan specifically, we're what's called the 11 participatory model and what's called an integrated 105 plan. This is significant because it defines employer compliance, but also employee compliance. If we're looking at the competitive marketplace and landscape, that's another problem with the indemnity plans that are out there. And if you do a Google on, tax incentivized wellness plans, you're going to
Mhm.
find all kinds of stuff out there, including all kinds of legal opinions saying, "Oh, these are illegal." Those are what they're referring to as an IRS chief counsel memorandum, where
Mhm.
and we address that in our compliance documents, by the way, specifically condemn that because what's happening is those models are utilizing cash payments to employees irrespective of service. Ours does not do that. So I'll show you how that works. But specifically where we're different, what gives us an advantage is we can define what the employee requirement for compliance is, because this is not as it may appear that it's a government handout. It's not. This is not free money for nothing. The employees are required to meet a compliance minimum qualified activity with our plan so they don't have a taxable event. Now, we build that into our system so that prevents any employees from having a taxable event. But with the indemnity models and most of our competitors, it's gray area at best. There's nothing they can point to that says what employees have to do to be compliant with their plans. Okay, so therefore the IRS has categorized them as double dipping, and they get cash payments irrespective of service. So this is more your information. We have these conversations with employers, but never really upfront to this in depth. That's usually done with their attorneys, compliance departments, et cetera, before implementation. Make sense? But I want you to kind of know up front because it's important for you to understand what the landscape looks like. We use a multitude of tax codes: wellness, medical, pre-tax, post-tax. This again, right here, post-tax codes. This is what separates us from the field and distinguishes us. We can point to black and white post-tax IRS codes that show
Mhm.
the employees are not going to have a taxable event on the back end. The indemnity plans can't do that.